Welcome to a Jordan Brexit special vlog number 3. We'll keep doing these as long as we can, just to keep people informed. Okay, so yesterday there was a deal. Sounds good. Has to be ratified tomorrow in the House of Commons. If you're watching this in the future, then, you know, who knows? You'll probably be thinking, well, it doesn't matter anymore because we have a deal. Wait for it. There's rumours that say even if we get a deal, there's a ploy to undo all that, and we could still end up with a no deal after the transition period. Now, that's something that's going to come out further on. Who knows? It could all be bluff, but having looked at how things work, it's possible. So let's continue the no deal preparation. For imports, TSP now is a free-for-all. The government are issuing TSP now. You don't have to apply for it. So everyone, I think 150,000 companies should now have letters saying they have TSP. Interestingly, BIFA sent an email around about an hour ago saying people are getting different letters with different wording, but if you get the letter, you've got your TSP. So literally, imports are going to fly through. Exports, however, mentioned it last week now about the issues. The Institute of Directors had a very good panel discussion yesterday. Now, I caught that because, hallelujah, they live streamed it and they recorded it. And, you know, it's exactly what I was saying last week, that would be a great thing to do. And they mentioned everything that we've been talking about. So it really validated what we mentioned in the vlog last week, which was quite hard-hitting. That's why I tried to sort of keep it a bit light-hearted, because I didn't want to depress you. But, you know, we're honest and we deal with, you know, what we know. You know, I can't dress it up. So watch out for that on Jordan TV. If tomorrow brings a no deal, head to that and watch it, because it's really, really important in the context of a no deal. I will put up the Twitter accounts to follow just now, because they are really, really informative. Okay. So let's move on. That customs, we already know about customs at the moment. We've put in links to Chief, so we can do the customs clearance in here. We've done training, we've employed agents, consultants, we've run scenarios. So we're Brexit ready. You know, we are. And I think companies like us should have to be. You know, we go and visit customers and we make sure they are as well. But what is not clear and is definitely not ready is the structure. Watch this FTA video. Here we go again. Cambridge FTA meeting. This place is full of cars. Absolutely, this is the overflow car park just here. Chaos. Everyone's playing golf. Just locking the door. Okay, so let's go and have a look, see what the FTA meeting brings today.
Just on this corridor.
Just come out of the FTA meeting. Well, the implications are absolutely massive from a transport perspective. Just far too much to go into now, but let's just say if anyone thinks it's going to be easy, they need to attend one of these meetings. Yeah, a lot to consider now. Not, you know, not as a company, but as a nation. that event was really, really good. If we were heading for no deal, and by now we'll know, every customs person should attend these events. They're still ongoing. They haven't had customs people in there. It's funded by the Department for Transport, the DFT. So why is there not joined up thinking going on here? The FTA, Freight Transport Association, are very, very clear about the many obstacles still in the way for road hauliers. And that's what it's all about, essentially. You know, and it goes on and on and on. Operation Brock, which is, it's like Operation Stack, but on steroids. It's at Dover, due for 28th of October. Will it still happen? Depends on what happens tomorrow. I think a lot more people in the lead up to before yesterday, when there was the deal announced, a lot more people were getting a bit nervous and thought, I think I'm going to mention now that there are a few issues. Have a look at this from the port of Dover.
The White Cliffs of Dover overlook Europe's busiest shipping port. But this place, the Port of Dover in England, hasn't been fully assured by the country on the other side of the English Channel, France, that it isn't going to run into a big customs problem after Brexit happens. That's according to Dover's chief executive, Doug Bannister, who says they're still waiting on the same guarantees they've had from UK authorities.
Government has been very clear and very firm that there will be no incremental checks at the border, so traffic will continue to flow. We have not had the same level of assurance from the French authorities. We have not had the same level of assurance from the French authorities.
Because of that, he says there are uncertainties what new declarations freight operators will have to prepare for, and whether France will keep goods moving.
The Port of Dover is fully ready for Brexit. We've also been in contact with our sister ports in Calais and Dunkirk. They're ready. Our ferry operators are ready. Now, what we are saying by being fully ready, we're not guaranteeing that there's going to be no disruption or no congestion, because clearly under a no-deal Brexit there would be. But what we are saying is that we're ready to handle that.
So that's the Port of Dover. It's a very different line to what they were saying before, where they're just saying they're Brexit ready and Calais Brexit ready, which of course they are. But again, it's not. It's now suggesting that there are going to be delays, and we all know why, because we've been talking about this for some time. You know, I've been going pretty mad just telling everyone that I can that, look, it doesn't work exactly how you think. So, and the National Audit Office came out with a scathing study only this week saying exactly the same thing. So at least, you know, like I said, it validates our concerns, and hopefully these things can be rectified if there's a no deal. So the general tone of advice you're going to get, depending on what happens tomorrow, what has happened tomorrow, may change. I have an RHA event, Road Haulage Association, next week about Brexit. The tone might be very different depending on what we... I just hope people are not going to keep talking about no deal, because, you know, it's depressing. But anyway, another thing, let's have a look. Yeah, the next video I was going to do, I've done some how-tos now on our YouTube channel, which, you know, people have asked us to do, so I thought I'd do them, was what documents you need for your customs agent. So that's a helpful one. Well, we'll see what happens. Some news sort of associated, depending what happens if there's a no deal. Listen to this. UK lorry driver shortage climbs to almost 60,000. That's up from 45,000 just a few years ago. So there's definitely a skills shortage in our industry. We haven't got enough customs clearance clerks. We haven't got enough drivers. And, you know, drivers it's Europe-wide. It's, you know, they're recruiting now from places like the Philippines and Pakistan. This is unheard of. In America, there's a massive driver shortage. You know, this is something that no one really has the answer to. Having said that, I'd like to give a quick plug to the Young Forwarders Network. This is a BIFA, British International Freight Association initiative to try and create a community for people entering the industry, and give them sort of some extra skills. And, you know, I think it's great. You know, I'm one of the governors along from Louis from Hemisphere, And the event for East Anglia region is in November at Ipswich Town Football Club. So if you are a freight forwarder and you can afford to let someone loose and come and network with some other young people in a similar, just entered the industry, it would be really good. I think it's really helpful. And it's up and down the country. The launch for East Anglia is in November. I've forgotten the date, but I'll just put it up in front. So I hope to see as many young people there as possible, or even if you're new to the industry, you can still attend. There's not an age limit as such. So we're still developing what exactly it entails, but so far, let me just tell you, we have... I think it's customs coming, border force, counter-terrorism police, and HMRC, National Crime Agency, discussing combating organised crime in shipping and forwarding. Who'd have thought? But imagine that. Imports. Like the first question I asked, well, if imports can just flow through, how do you manage that? So might be talking to them about TSP and things like that. So that's interesting. Another thing from HMRC, customs grant schemes. So if you're a company and you think I need a consultant, I want to try and do this in-house or whatever, if you need help with your customs, employee training, IT improvements, recruitment, they're literally throwing money out the window. Throwing money out the window soon, not Monday. We would throw Monday out the window if we could. Logistics grants, I think we're nearly there. TSP we've covered, that's the latest. Why do we do this? Someone said, why do you do this? Why do you do these vlogs? Okay, look, I've had to make myself come on a camera. It's not the most comfortable place for me to be, but I felt so passionately that information was being paywalled and just not easily accessible. And like I said, this is an all or nothing. I felt that we needed to put something out there. So hopefully it's of interest and useful, more importantly. And the feedback we're getting is, it's super useful. So just keep the feedback coming. So tomorrow's the big day. Let's see what happens, and I'll see you again next week so we can discuss whatever's occurred. See you soon.